Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with the M.
And see,
Listen, y'all, before the podcast, me and T was having a little heated discussion about some things. And I'm just gonna go here and I'm gonna start off with this whole conversation. Is marriage even worth it anymore? Uh, you know, um, should we sit down like a business deal before we get married and work out all the pros and cons and what ifs and all the little things that happens when the marriage goes bad? Because right now it seems like a lot of women are just trying to get married for the bag. Just trying to get married for the money.
oh, sir, y'all, listen, listen, listen. Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut it out. Really, just for the bag. And what's wrong with that, though? Let's just be
Okay.
real here. Let's just be real here. Why y'all mad? Huh? Like, come on, come on. If people want to, two adults, mature
Mhm,
adults want to
mhm,
enter into a marital arrangement to protect themselves and their assets, they should be able to enter into that arrangement as and under any conditions as long as both parties know exactly what they're getting into. So if a woman wants to marry just for money and a man wants to marry just for exclusive access to that woman, that's their business. And will you outline that as a business deal? Absolutely. Absolutely. I
See,
don't have a problem with it. That's your business.
see, that's what I'm saying. And here's a prime example. There's a football player. His name's Tariq Hill. He's been married for 17 months, T.
Okay.
17 months.
Okay.
Right now, let me not get this wrong because I wrote it down. In 17 months,
Yeah.
this is what she's going to get. She's
Okay.
going to get a $500,000 up front,
Okay.
20 to 50 thousand dollars every month,
Okay.
$100,000 car allowance,
Okay.
and she's living in his Miami mansion. Well, I guess you might as well call her Miami mansion now for 17 months, and he
Listen,
had no prenup. That's
right?
just stupidity right there. That,
Right?
that right there's no way I'm gonna marry
So,
somebody with a fucking
wait,
pretty. Oh, she got a pretty face, and if I lose this up, if I this don't work out, then we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give up half my shit
but they
because she's a
low,
pretty face.
they low. And
There's
the
no.
family could have possibly was like, yeah, do that with like no, like, cause come on, come on, come on. That is, listen, boys and girls, some things are just foolish, right? Let's just
Yes.
be honest here. Some things are foolish. What you normally see happen as far as entering into a marital situation without protection is you normally see two younger people, right, getting married and maybe, early to mid 20s, pre-purchasing of the home. A lot of couples get married and then they purchase a home, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then we start buying cars that are worth something. We start to accumulate wealth. First of all, we start to get into our career as our marriage starts to mature. So just you getting into your career means you kind of get into your bag, right? And now
Hmm.
you start to spend the bag. Now you start wanting more. Now you start realizing you can afford more. And now
Hmm.
shit then hit the roof, right? He don't like me. I don't like him. We got a house here. He out here helping my mama pay her bills. You know what I'm saying? Now everything is mixed up. And that's the like we can respect those types of problems, right? As
Hmm.
regular people, right? With regular money. Don't play with me with your not regular money, okay? With your foolish shenanigans, right? Like, nah, give sis her money. Give sis her money because you were foolish. You were foolish. Like, old girl ain't wake up at no random hour to get no practice time in. I mean, I raised the athlete. That commit I did I wasn't even about the commitment. I mean, I'm in the bed rubbing my eyes, and that boy up outside kicking the ball, getting it solo dolo. See what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
commitment of people who achieve these levels, and then you achieve it, and then you don't protect yourself. Think of an entertainer. A lot of sacrifice just to make it as an entertainer. And then you say, "Oh, okay, let me just sign up for it." You done protected yourself everywhere else. You've signed deals to play the sport. You've signed deals to, perform or do whatever. You protected yourself in every other avenue of life. No, I don't want to talk about them people in Regularville. So that to me, give that girl her money. Carry on. Cause you seen, like, come on, sir. Come on, sir.
And T, you're right because again, when you make that kind of money, that crazy money,
Mm-hmm.
you got to protect yourself. You should understand that you just don't go into any normal relation. It's not normal anymore. When people can scream your name out there in public and they see you on TV, you're not normal anymore. You can't say, "Oh, this woman gonna love me for me." No, unless she met you in sixth grade and she hung out with you from sixth grade on and saw you rise above. That's the only woman you should really know. But anybody else, how I
No,
know you're a
not
gold
even
digger.
her. Not even her. See, because in Love and War, right? See,
Hmm.
we're gonna go away from the love part, because after the love part, when you talk about lawyers and judges and courts and stuff, it's not no love. That man hurt me. He hurt me on some level of hurt, and guess what? I'm trying to hurt him back. How do I hurt him back? That's with his pocket, right? Or the babies. We see it
Oh
all the
God,
time.
yes.
And the men try to control their pockets because they can't control normally the babies, right? So
Hmm.
we're in a tug of war, and it doesn't matter if you knew the girl from way back when. When it's time to come play out that breakup, it's a little bit of a payback. It's a little time for revenge for a lot of people. It can be revengeful. That's why
Hmm.
you see, "Oh no, you're not seeing my kids no more." Yeah, because nowadays we can make babies all by ourselves, and they're just like, one person's kids. Like, come on, lady. It's not just your children. You see what I'm saying? I
Yes.
ain't for them kids. Fuck you take care of them kids on your own. Them kids, take care of them kids on my own. Because now all of a sudden they just my kids now, because you mad, and you don't care if they need food this week. You'll give me that money next week. What? You see what I'm saying?
And that's why I'm saying you got you got a lot of emotions because that's what we really talk about, logic
Mhm.
versus emotions. Logically, off the top of your head, you can say, if we have if we have any kind of disagreement or anything, we're smart enough. We're two consenting adults that we should be able to rationally come up with some solution
Yeah.
if you're logical. But
Mhm.
the moment that shit gets emotional,
War.
all logic is gone.
It's done. It's
And
done.
now you're questioning everything. Like, I don't even know if this kid is really mine. And by the way, y'all,
Right. Y'all
I
dead
think
wrong
that we
for
should have
that. Don't.
mandatory DNA testing because y'all women are tricky. Y'all will fuck many, many, many men and stick it on one guy that would say, "Oh, he's responsible. These other
uh,
six motherfuckers, they're not responsible. I'm sticking it on him." So, gentlemen, get your DNA testing. Oh, I'm sorry. I digressed.
We learned from the best. Thank you, man. Thank you, man, for all of the play playing that you have done. We decided to play too. So while you bash the women because they played in a very irresponsible manner, and lots of people do get hurt in such a way, they have learned from their counterparts that playing is allowable. Deceit is on the table. Why? Because they have been deceived, because they have been played with, because there have been children raised around the damn corner from them and their whole damn family that was half siblings of their children. They knew not a damn thing about. So next time anybody wants to told about a woman talking about that's not that man baby, yeah, she dead fucking wrong. But guess what? She was led to that bullshit. Generation after generation, y'all keep fucking playing. Y'all keep playing. Yeah, and that's where we at. We done. Y'all done yet? Y'all done yet? Because as soon as y'all done, then we be done and everything be back. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all tried it. But back to what we were saying. When it comes to love and war, right? Nothing's fair and nobody is to be trusted because you're moving in an irrational space and you can't trust the way I'm thinking when I'm not rational. You just can't do it. So when it comes to your money, yeah, as much as the lawyers tell me I can get, even if they wrong, I'm gonna try it. We saw that situation play out with Tyrese and his wife. And it was very unfortunate that we actually were privy to see any bits of their marriage playing out. Um, but we did see, and we saw that Tyrese loved and wanted and cared for his wife. We saw a woman who was just, at the moment, she was just indifferent about the situation and she just kind of wanted whatever she could get, even if it tore the family apart, even if it put a wedge in between her and the man that I don't know them at all, but at the end of their rodeo, I feel like she really loved that man. And they just couldn't see eye to eye in enough time before, they were really tearing each other down. Um, if she were thinking rationally, she wouldn't have moved in some of the ways that she was moving. Um, and that's what we get a lot of times.
And T, going back to her, was she the one whose friends told her they thought he was playing around on her, and come to find out he wasn't?
Well, I can't say exactly what the rumors were that the friends were in her ear about, but she did say absolutely that she was influenced by other people to move in directions that she did. But I see here's my thing on that. People can influence you or they can kind of whisper in your ear, but they're only backing up something that you've already felt, right? I don't think that they started a feeling within her. I think they backed up a feeling within her. I definitely think that there was a problem that that between the two of them was valid, right? There
Mhm.
certainly was an issue between them that they couldn't quite get to the ends of. And all I'm saying is the way that it played out that we were allowed to see was emotional. And the part that after that, that love fest, the part that can hurt you, right? Even though there's a lot of love still left there, you know that once this is over with, if I don't get certain things because we are in a capitalistic country, I need money to survive. And if I want to survive and still have the lifestyle that man afforded me, because one of the biggest things that you're going to realize in leaving that man is he did absolutely afford you a certain type of lifestyle that you do not afford yourself solo, right?
Mhm.
And so, in realizing that, that too can enrage you and position yourself to like, yo, he's gonna move on quick and he's gonna be, able to take care of stuff, and I'm be looking from left to right trying to figure out, So now you reposition and ways and in spaces that you've probably never been positioned before, right? Especially if this is your first run, you've never
Absolutely.
had to consider these things. And if you have had to consider it, you already know how it made you feel the first time, and now you're back here again. So um it's really a bad space for everybody. And so the idea that we're thinking or trying to be fierce in the war zone, it's a crazy concept. It's a crazy concept.
Yeah, and that's true. And the other thing, T, I always say is a lot of people have never seen a healthy relationship, so they're going to marriages with this preconceived notion of this white picket fence and they're gonna be perfect and blah blah blah. It's not really a fact. That's not the case. We know, like I said, you've been married for over 20, well, almost 20 years. I've been married for almost 30 years. We know that you wake up every morning to make a decision to love your partner. You give every morning and you say, you know what, I choose to love them regardless. Because again, as time goes on, things change, everybody changes, attitude change, you go with the change. And so I was telling a guy, young man, he was just like, "Well, how did you make it work with your life, with your wife?" I said, "Well, the thing is, we grew up young. I mean, we met each other. I was 23, she was 19. Got married, had a kid, did all that stuff. I said, but along the way, we both changed, and we both changed in such a way that the other one could see the change, and then you was always communicating with each other to make sure that you weren't changing so much that you left the other one behind. That you went from this who I thought you were at the beginning here to way over here. That's totally against what we both stood for. But and I told him, I said, along the way of change, you have to be mindful of it, of your changes and her changes, and kind of, you know, grow along, spread the borders, reduce the borders, whatever is going on to encapsulate those changes. It's some of it's not pretty. Some of them just has to happen. But that's that's a person who understands that the partner you have is always changing. It's not the same. And that's why I keep telling them. I said, the woman you married on that day is, and some guy said to me, "Well, that was my happiest day." I said, "Well, if that was your happiest day, you're in the top of the top of the line of your life, what you think is going to happen if you don't do anything any differently? It's going to go down. Because if you're saying you're starting off at the apex,
Mhm.
it can do nothing but go down. So
Mhm.
if you're starting up there, you have to maintain that. And it's gonna be hard to maintain. And that's why, that he's, well, one guy's like, well, she's gotten bigger and I've gotten bigger. I said, okay. And has that changed how you love her? Well, no. Okay. So you both got big. So if you want to get smaller, you work out together. Not just you work out, you both work out. Because again, you both working together as a team, which a lot of people don't understand, T, which this is team. This is a team. You talk about, the divorces and all that stuff. It, truly, if you are having a discussion in the very beginning, saying that we're working this shit together as a team, and we're going to fight together as a team, you'll be more successful. These kids don't understand what that means. That's why you see all this I call it transactional relationships, because everybody is like, I'm not going to see you unless you pay for me to date to see you. How the fuck? That's so crazy to me that I'm not even going on a date with you unless you pay me.
Yeah,
And and,
that's
and that's
crazy.
crazy.
But so if I had the capacity to just hang out with you, right? Right? And you think about where I'm at in life, where the young lady just wants to chill and kick it, right?
Hmm.
She's not been what we call run through,
Hmm.
right? She's
Hmm.
not depleted. She's
Hmm.
still in life. She's not been lied to. She's not been cheated on. She's not, been what we call passed around. Um, all those things that help to deplete a woman, we have to be mindful that the woman who now wants the man to fill her up before he does anything else is probably because she allowed other men access to her who took away from her before he put anything inside of her, right? So she's coming already depleted. Like I don't have nothing to give. Hell, I'm showing. Yeah, you want me to come out to the date? Send me some nail money because my nails not even done right now. So if you want me to show up, I can't show up looking like nothing. So yeah, and then we also have to be mindful. Some of this is lack of better words, low income poverty, like broke. And, we just dating at a certain class range, right? Like, young girls, how much money do they really have to sustain a certain type of lifestyle, right? You want to go shopping, you want your nails done, you want your hair done. Money runs out. Your parents' money runs out. Your little work money runs out. You want to play the game. So you're going to start positioning yourself to play the game, certainly to win. So what we
Hmm.
see here is more than transactional dating. It's an attempt to play the game and trying to increase your chances of winning to like 100%, right? Because if I can get what I want off the gates, and this is on both ends, if I
Hmm.
can get what I want off the gate, um, out the gate, off then I win. It was worth it, right? If you give me a $500 deposit before today's date, and we went out, awesome meal, maybe went and bought a pair of shoes or something, I won, right? I didn't lose nothing. Now nobody wants to lose nothing. Nobody wants to be vulnerable. Nobody wants to feel like they've been taken advantage of. No, nobody wants to feel like they were, left with some less than they started. And that's what you see a lot of women feeling like. So when it comes to your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't be like, nah, I want his body, and then that's like equivalent to my body, right? Because come on, when I'm gonna call him up late at night, hey, and give me some of that. No, the fact we're not the same, not even valued the same. We tried it. No, uh. It's just not the same for us, right? And so what do? The man wants that, so the woman has to figure out what it is that she wants that's, perhaps tangible. Um, a lot of times it's money. Some women it's not. Some women it's cars. You know, some women it's fancy shoes. Um, so each his own though. And the point I'm making is that shallow is gonna play the shallow game. If you keep on playing with a shallow woman who just wants and she doesn't have any interest in you and you still showing up, then well, yeah, I'm gonna keep taking because you're a fool, right?
See that because you're right. Why would y'all not turn that money down? If you got a guy, a simp as they call him, coming to you, and you kind of like giving him crumbs and he keep
Yeah,
giving you bread,
yeah,
loaves of bread, I can't be mad at her. He
yeah.
the guy's giving you all the fucking money.
It's just like the man who has full access to the woman. He come hang out at her house. He spend the night as long as he want. She cook for him. She clean for him. Maybe do his laundry. She look out for him on every level. And what do he do for her in return? Kiss her on her forehead, tell her he love her, and that's about it. What?
Yep.
But what do you say? That's his business. He living his
Yeah,
best life.
that's true.
So it's the same. Like you don't want the man to be foolish and be taken advantage of. Everybody's oh, you're taking advantage of a man. Oh my gosh, you can't be taking this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, and you did. And the man, you know, taking advantage of the woman. Yes, they are. They can. They have been, and they will continue to. Right.
Oh my
As long
gosh.
as, the point is to not be as foolish, right, and to
Yeah.
protect yourself.
That's very very true, and we got a bunch of amateurs in this dating game, and they're not even growing up. They're just staying amateurs in the dating game, and then they're surprised that, oh my god, it's gotten to this point. Well, it's been demeaned to this point. I mean, dating used to have standards.
Mm,
We used to talk about dating. Certain ways you date it as a man. You should date. I don't see it anymore. And it's so pitiful that I'm like, how the fuck did we get to this point of dating? Why are we talking Cash App? Why are we talking, you know, all this other crazy shit? I'm like, can I get to know your ass before I start to pay you? Can I
no,
get to know you? Why I gotta
y'all,
pay for your time? Like you just
y'all.
said, if I pay $500, so you get your hair and your nails and nice
Mm,
clothes and all that stuff.
mm,
T, as a man, if I gave you $500, I'm getting them draws. By hook or by crook, if I spend $500, I'm getting them draws. Because I could have spent those $500 somewhere else where I'm going to get mandatory draws. But no, I'm hoping to get draws with 500 with you. But I can
Listen,
get 500. I can bang the lights out this one over here.
listen. The right one is going to give you all access to her. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to prove yourself because it's the right one, but it's not going to be no dollar amount attached to it. It's not going to be any magical number. And once you get the access to that woman, the access is not going to stop. You're like how much the money that you pour in the beginning. That's not like, come on, people don't. We're not going to go out to eat every other day when we're off the regular. Come on, y'all, cut this shit out, cut this shit out. But here's the fly part. Okay, if I'm out in the dating realm, right,
Mhm.
and I'm out, hanging out with my girls and a new guy, he thinks I'm a little fly, he's like, oh my. You fly. I'm like, thank you, or whatever. Right? So we doing our little flirt thing, trying to get my number. I'm trying to get his because he alright or whatever. So we exchange. He talking this good talk. He really trying to impress me. I'm like, oh, look at him. He just send me a cash app. Look at that, right?
Hmm.
So now, that doesn't work out for whatever reason, right? So now the next guy who talks to me, he's kind of alright too, right? He think I'm fly. He want my number. I want his too. You know what I'm saying? We exchange numbers. We talking. We texting. We could two go by. Like shit. I'm sure you some gas money this week. This nigga ain't even send me nothing. Nah, where the guys that send them cash apps at? Y'all started it, is what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? Y'all started it. Y'all started the standard and then be mad when women go to expect it. No. That little extra 40 random dollars via that cash app. Nah, and then you try to outdo old boy, so now you sending 100, right? So now I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled with all the cash apps at. Because last week I got like $500 worth of cash apps, and now this week it's looking weird. What's looking weird? So now the standard is changed. I didn't change the standard. The men changed the standard, right? Because
Yeah.
they wanted that access and they wanted it easily.
Yep.
So they made it transactional. And now you mad at me because I'm trying to figure out what happened to the standard. Where it was
See.
don't don't keep trying to switch up the system and then be mad when it don't work out for y'all. Because that's all I keep on seeing in today's society. The man keeps trying to reroute how the order works. And when
Yep.
it no longer works in y'all favor, now y'all mad. Got the women out here backing y'all up, talking about, oh, today's dating is all transactional. These women that lost their mind. We are not the leaders. We didn't do this. We just keep rising to the occasion. We're reacting to you all's reactions. So that's where Cash Apps came from. You all. And I would like my Cash App. Yes, I would. On behalf of the women. Yeah. Where's our Cash App?
And you're right. You're right in a lot of ways. And we as men need to actually, stand on business, whatever that business is.
You have to
Um,
slow down. You got to slow down, right? Um, and stop trying to dangle stuff in someone's eyes and then think that you're going to get like a great big surprise. You get what you get. You created a transactional situation. You're going to get what you. That's it. That's it. Then you talking about you want somebody to love you for just you, and they only want me for my money. They were only presented to know you with your money, though. So when we talk about a man's worth and oh, men are only worth something when they got money and this, what? Well, not the men in my life, maybe the men in your life, but also the men have to teach you how to love them, how to treat them, how to interact with them, right? Most men
mhm.
are okay with showing you how to interact with them based off of the way they move with you, but they're not necessarily able to show you how to love on them, right? And then all of a sudden that's our fault. No,
And
you wanted to keep a distance. You kept throwing money at everything and keeping moving and money, and what you need, oh, just leave me alone, I'm good, let me get it. And now when you don't have no money, I don't know what to deal with you. I don't know how to move around with you because that was the only thing that I was used to you with was money. And now you don't have no money, and now I'm not mad at you. You mad at the world. And you're taking it out on everybody because the money is what made you feel whole. I I rock with you regardless, right?
yeah,
It made you feel whole as a man because you were able to control things. And now you're controlled. This is new for you, right? It's gone away. Y'all not used to that. And now you look at the woman and you pretend like she only wanted me for my money. No, you only wanted to prevent with money. That was it. We didn't treat y'all like this.
And the crazy thing, T, is the what you said is absolutely correct, and that's the problem. The problem is, and that's why men suicide is so high. Men drink a lot. Men die early. Men, it's just all the bad shit when it comes to our health and shit is because society sees manhood as what you can take care of. You should be the provider. You should be able to uh, take care of your family, take care of yourself, take care of everybody. Society look at men as money. If we're not producing money, what the hell are you doing? And that's why you
What,
see so many men depressed because
but what do men see men as?
a lot of men see men as just providers. And that's a lot of guys send stuff to me and say, "Hey, man, I'm a good cook. I'm a good this, but I don't make that much money. So women look at me differently because I can't partake of anything. I can't really pay for a lot of things because I'm really not wealthy. I'm okay to take care of myself, but dating and stuff, I feel uncomfortable. This one particular guy sent me this information. I feel uncomfortable dating because I don't make the money. I know I got a lot of love to give. I got a good person and all that. What I told him, I was like, you stop using money as the basis of who you are.
You see that?
Society wants you to do that shit, but you have to know yourself better than just saying, if I don't have a check, I ain't shit.
No, he's in the excuse zone. He's in the excuse zone on why he can't get the more. The job of the woman is to motivate you to get the more. See, you don't just have a woman and be able to provide just for self. That's a weird concept, right?
Hmm.
So the idea that you're pursuing the woman means that you're pursuing more for yourself. You have to secure more for yourself in order to give something away. You got to fill your cup up for yourself first, right? And
Yes.
your cup is what? Flowing over. Can you
Hmm.
give away what has flowed over? You can't deplete out your cup and give it away to other people. Now, once you have this woman, by default, you have a baby. So if you can't not provide, and yes, it is financially. Yes, it
Hmm.
is financially. Why? Because we are in a capitalistic country, right? And so, yes, it is financially that you must provide for not only this woman, but also this child. And yes, by yourself, 100%, yes, yes. And not for forever, but in your mind, you have to understand that once you have a woman, she has a child, that child can knock her out of the workforce. You can literally be bedridden for 3 to 6 months. Some people, God forbid, 9.
Mm, that's
You
a
get
long
what I'm
time.
saying? You can literally be snatched. I don't know how I made it 9 months through my pregnancy and still working with my third kid. Every other appointment, I'm like, am I still okay? Yeah, we still gonna let you work. We still, I don't know. You know, my pregnancies was rough.
Yeah.
So even if you have a woman who is a professional, who has whatever type of occupation going on, in your mind as a man, understand that she may need for you to provide for her and a child in totality. And maybe there's no child there. Maybe something just happens to her. Yes, you would have, and to the people who feel like they can't make it financially, we're not telling you to work your little fingers to the bone, but you have to reposition your money at some point. You have to reposition how you get money, how you acquire wealth. Maybe you need to dig deep, figure out how to stop renting, maybe start owning. Maybe you need to scale back on the type of vehicles you're driving. Maybe you need to reposition how far you're living from work to home. All those things are a factor. So maybe you just need to tap in to exactly what you have going on. But the excuse can't be, I'm going to stay in the excuse zone and I just don't make more money. Go back to school, get a trade. cross train. You have to do something else. The money for today is not going to be the money for tomorrow, even if it is just to take care of yourself.
That's true.
So
That's
the
very
man
true.
who's in the excuse zone, don't stay there.
And
Don't
and and,
don't, don't stay there.
and see, you're absolutely right. And the other thing is, this is a changing world. We talked a couple weeks ago about AI
Hmm.
and how that's changing how we do stuff. And people are
Oh,
like, "Oh, I can't believe I gotta learn something else." You don't have to. You don't have to do shit. But let me say this to you: AI is here and it's going nowhere.
yep.
So this is another way of making money, but and for men in particular, because men, like I told you earlier, men are just behind it when it comes to school, which is also a killer. I'm not, and we're not going to discuss why today why men are where they are because of educational issues. But what I'm saying is right now, you better get into AI. You better get it. You better at least understand it because it's changing everything. T, like see, you're doing stuff based on. And we had a cool conversation about AI. You like, oh my god, I didn't realize it does all this. And ladies and
Listen,
gentlemen, I use AI all the time on
listen,
everything because it's technology, and I'm always a techie guy. You know, I'm a business guy, but I'm also a techie guy. So for me, it was just like, ooh, how can I make my job more, use this tool.
yep.
Mind you, y'all, it's a tool. It's
Hmm.
not the be all end all. It's a tool to make your things more efficient. So
It's like
understand that.
it's like a screwdriver versus a drill.
Yes, yes,
Right? Like they're
yes,
both tools and they're both really good, but one's gonna do the job a little bit faster, more efficient, and right, real quick for you. Um, man, jump in. If people ain't jumped in with that AI type of thing, that's a crazy concept. And I mean,
yeah.
for
You know
any
people who are professional people who
yeah.
look at you like, what AI? I don't use AI. I'm like, what?
So so nobody's looking at me no more like that. Because I tell them take out their phone, right? And with their eyes all scrunched up like how you just made it. Yeah, nah, sis. Take your phone out right now and we're gonna put in a prompt. We're gonna put something in. And I just force people into it at this point because I like them, right? If I rock with you, you rock with me, and we having a conversation enough. We gonna throw in our little 30-second little query into a little AI app or something and see what it's gonna do for you. Absolutely.
I mean, you have to because we're in a world now that the old standard way doesn't work anymore. It's gone. So you
Well,
have to have a skill. You could be and not even just AI, but you could do uh, plumbing and all those the blue collar work, which is now making a killing. If you can get a business doing plumbing and landscaping and that, you can make millions. And
well,
people are like, I want to get my hands dirty, but
AI
you
is in all of those things, right?
yep.
And I don't know exactly industry specific, but all of those things are businesses, right? And from a
Hmm.
market standpoint, um, we've seen it play out in that. My dad likes to use it for his t-shirt designs, for his handyman services type of thing. Um, whatever the industry is, marketing. Marketing is a big one. If you needed a someone to help you out with Facebook posts, Instagram posts, whole marketing, social media schedule, the most basic chat GPT can create for you a good template for you to kind of market off of. So it was like, oh, I want to start a landscaping company and I want to make $10,000, by the, this deadline. Yeah, put that in the AI. They're gonna, tell them make you a business plan and tell you how to get it, make you a list of supplies that you need and get you a shirt going and a whole budget and 64 seconds later, they go your
Yeah.
whole, people used to charge $10,000 plus for business plan creations. What, 10 years ago. And
Easy.
and that would be unheard of for anybody to be writing your business plan up for you. It's by this point we've used templates and now it's tossing into an AI bot and your business plan is literally done for you. Um,
Yeah.
At this point, sky's the limit. And if you're not tapping in, that means that, like you said, people are turned off from reading. But this is not the time to be turned off from information gathering, right? So you got to open up your eyes. You got to read a little bit, and not a lot of it. This is all on your cell phone, right? You got to read the prompt, see what to put in.
Yes,
Um, that's all. So now is not the time to kind of be under the rock or doing stuff like how we used to do it, or just tapped into TikTok or Instagram off the scroll, right? You got to jump in and be the thing that people are scrolling past, and hopefully they're choosing you and whatever it is that you're offering.
absolutely. And the reason I brought that up is because as of today, as we speak, there are more people looking for work than available work. Since
You see that? We right on time. That's what I've been saying. I said wait till we get to September.
and we're here,
Wait till we
we
get to
we
September.
we're officially here, and now everybody's scared because I talked to people. I sent 500 resumes. I sent 600 resumes and got no response. I sent 200 resumes, got one response. And the reason why is because there's no jobs out here, and the skills don't match the available jobs. That's the other thing.
Listen, I hope my girl don't. I won't say too much, but I had one person come in and she said, "Tamara, he was taking a $50,000 plus pay cut just to stay employed."
Oh my God!
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She said, "I'm gonna just stay employed for now." Now, thank goodness we're in the area that we're in, and I know people even in our area are having an issue, but specifically our area is not being hit so hard right now. Let's be honest, right? Um, she ended up getting a call from a old, coworker, and they got her into someplace else, and so now the pay is commensurate. But idea that when you say people are taking pay cuts, they are, they are. Now some are, and we're grateful. But what we're saying is be mindful that the job market that we are accustomed to is changing, right?
Yes,
There are departments that are downsizing. Um, the amount of teaching jobs are just that. That's it's just there's we're not creating more of those jobs, because those are very secure jobs, so to speak. And we're just about to enter into a whole new market. Be wise.
yes, because that's what you just said is happening all across the board. And by the way, the last 8 months, more black women have lost their jobs. There's more. I think it's 300. I think the number is 315,000 black women have lost their jobs in the last 8 months.
What areas are affected mostly by this?
The government.
Uh-huh. hmm
So now
So
those
I
same
know.
people are
So
hurting.
do we know the difference between um the women who have lost their jobs? Does that also include the women who are forced to retire, or is that a different group of people?
I think they all. I think they
The
all
whole
because
thing.
yeah, because they're out of the
Yeah.
workforce altogether. So they just combine them all
So
together.
I think with that statistic, it doesn't hit the same because some of them are older and literally came out of the workforce, right? And
Hmm.
so they're making it to where it doesn't really like hit the same. But we're gonna see it because that's just the first rodeo. That's just the first.
Exactly. And
Uh,
that's what I'm saying. You have to. So y'all have to be creative. The
mhm,
the, the old the build the damn resume market. You sit. No, you have to reevaluate your skill set.
mhm,
Literally, what skills do you have?
mhm,
And if you say, ah, damn, I ain't really got no skills, you got work to do
mhm,
because this world don't give a fuck. As
mhm.
you can see, all the support, the social support things being taken away. So you can't say, well, you know what, I'll go get some stamps, I get some this, I get no. They're taking billions and billions away from all of the, I call it the safety nets.
Yeah.
So you have to do something. You have to come with a skill. You have to utilize what's going on. You uncomfortable? Fuck it, you're gonna be uncomfortable. But you
Well,
gotta do it.
with that said, one thing I had realized is, let's say that you were accustomed to taking care of yourself, right? And you don't need no government assistance, right?
Hmm.
You got a good job. You live. within your means, right? And everything is good in your household, right? And we've been living like this for quite some time with government assistance. And we think it's all good because we don't need the assistance, right? And it's all good. But guess what? Your mom has government assistance, maybe. Maybe it's her health care. Maybe it's her prescription. Maybe it's maybe it's her refrigerator that needs assistance. And all of those burdens, they went to the government, right? They didn't come into your household. So now your little comfortable household, somebody's about to be knocking on that door. Maybe it's your sister. Maybe it's your uncle. Maybe it's your cousin, right? Grandpa, grandma,
Yep.
our special needs relatives who had these supplemental lifestyles. Maybe they were in programs, living situations, um, whatever the case may be. We had all of these programs that we're going to start seeing be played with. And all of us who thought we were living comfortably inside of our own home and without the government assistance, and we don't need that. I don't know why people now they're gonna want us to come out of our pockets to help supplement our family members who receive those supplements who are no longer, grandma's medicine is $150 a bottle. We're gonna
Yes.
pick and choose between groceries and pharmacy. That's gonna be some people's situation.
And I've
So
seen it.
instead of the government supplementing ground, and some people are already was supplementing, you know, these people's households, even in addition to the government helping. You see what I'm saying? So how
Absolutely.
much more do you think the average American's households are going to start seeing of their income go out of the door to help supplement other family members? It's just gonna have to be what goes what goes on. Grandma
Yes.
don't get food stamps, she's not gonna starve. You can't let her starve. You know what I'm saying? You gotta send some money to your mom. And groceries not cheap. Um,
No.
as far as, the housing situation.
Mm.
We talk about that. We talk that's our senior care, that's our senior living, that's our disabled living. Um, some people whose siblings you don't even know they have siblings. Um, those are some of the type of benefits we're going to start seeing go away, I believe, and start becoming, a little bit more burdensome to the average American because that's where we at. Talking about snatching them, the old government assistance, they're not playing.
No. And they weren't. We are now in a position that a lot of people didn't see coming,
Hmm.
but we're here.
Yeah.
Um, it, so you have to do whatever you have to do to get your skill set up because you're going to have to make more money.
Hmm.
And you're fighting like cats and dogs for just to maintain. We're not even
Hmm.
talking about becoming, rich or spend or having millions of dollars. We're just talking about able to go put gas in your car, put food on your table, pay your damn rent, your mortgage, your car notes, your insurance. All that's just high. All that's just high, and you can't sit back and say, "Well, maybe it'll turn back around, and I don't have to work as hard." Oh no, no, it's not going anywhere. It's going up. It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
So, especially in our community, in the black community, we all we got. So we can't wait for anybody to come and super save a hole. Here's some money for you. Here's some. It's not going to happen. So we have to take the initiative to help ourselves, just like our grandparents and great grandparents and great 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 grandparents did. They didn't have nowhere near the support we had, but they made it work. But now
But
I'm hearing
stop
people.
blaming others. They stop blaming others for the shit that's happening and rose to the occasion they change what they could change.
Can you say that again one more time, T, for the
Yeah.
people in the back?
We have to stop blaming other people for what's going on and just change and work on what you can change. That's it. It comes
That's
to
it.
every part and every aspect of life and living. Money, relationships, whatever. Whatever. Stop pointing the finger, stop blaming everybody and change and work on what you can change and work on.
Absolutely. And guys, here's the other thing. Stop looking at these celebrities and look at their lives and thinking, trying to emulate their lives. First of all, you don't have the money they have. So to emulate them, you have to have the money they have. You don't have nowhere near the money they have. And again, it's just entertainment to them. It's just you're a payday to them. They're
Hmm.
not giving you information that's gonna make you better or make you think about yourselves. We're gonna do that. We're like, listen, we work hard every day. It, me and T take we trying to do the podcast and keep the families moving, the money moving. This what you got to do. Because if you want things to happen, there's things you just have to do. Is it uncomfortable? Hell yeah, it's uncomfortable. But that's what you have to do. Nobody's gonna give me shit. Nobody's gonna walk by and give T $1 million. Not gonna do, hey T, here's $1 million for you and your family. I heard y'all was struggling. Here you go. They're not gonna come and say, here's $1 million for you. I heard you was struggling. Here you go. It's never gonna fucking happen. So
Right.
you have to take the initiative of your where you are and stop waiting and blaming and put in the work to make yourself better. No one's going to save you. And I'm going to say this, and this may be a little controversial. You can pray on shit all day long. Unless you put in the work, it's never going to happen. You'll sit there like this and you'll die in this form. And nothing will happen because you didn't work for it. You didn't put in the work. You just want to hope it just fall out the sky. Shit don't fall out the sky. Rain falls out the sky, but money don't fall out the sky. So what we're telling you guys to do is don't wait for the next 6 months or a year and hope it's going to get better. It's not. So you need to take advantage of the opportunities you have out here. AI is an opportunity. If you're good with your hands, go out there and learn a trade. Because trade pays very well, and you don't get in a lot of student debt. Because right now people are like, "Do I want to go to college?" Because it's too damn expensive. And when you get out, you may not have a job. T, by the way, these kids that graduate this year can't find a job, and their entry level jobs are being taken away because of AI. Because businesses are saying, why don't I just go ahead and invest in AI and not invest in this
What
kid?
are they graduating in?
Oh well, that's it. A lot of them graduate. It's a lot of degrees that to me you
You
go
see
there
my
to get
face?
them is meaningless
You
to
see
me.
my face? College is just like a marriage. If there's no strategy and you don't know what you're walking into, it's gonna be hard walking about it. You're gonna look dumb off the exit route, right? Like you got to be strategic. Like you want to be silly. Your degree don't pay out much. You want to go live on the campus. You want to take out all the loans. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to go out of the state. What are you doing? Your ass can't afford that. You should have spent 2 years in community college while you figured out yourself, or you should have spent 2 years at a state college while you figured out yourself, figured out what major that make sense financially and just to how you are and go from there. But all of this young people going straight into college at 18 with no direction, that's what's creating that narrative that we got going on, because you going in, you signing up for shit you don't know what even that means on the outside of this university. you know
Hmm.
you came out of the state with technically your family don't even afford out of state college tuition type of lifestyle. That's a lifestyle, like, or
Yes.
the whole scholarship. You ain't got them grades to afford that. You had no business taking on these types of expenses. If you had a 4 year ride to a university and you finished it in 4 years and it was zero debt at the end of it all and you got a degree and one hell of an experience, okay, you don't got no job. You had a great time and you still got time to figure your shit out. Nobody would say nothing about whether it was a scam or not scam, but I don't owe shit for it. Then that's technically where we need to get it to be, where someone is sponsoring you on, at least a nice amount of that journey. We got kids who just going in and I'll take out this loan. They ain't wrote not one paragraph for a scholarship.
Nope.
Scholarships all left up on the table.
Yes.
Like what? No, no, that's not how you do it. That's how you get taken advantage of. Oh, I'll pay this back later. Oh, okay. Why the hell you ain't pay it back in the front? These kids don't work while they in school. How you gonna get a job? You ain't got no experience in nothing. They don't somehow they don't have to work and go to class. They just all of the black kids too. All of y'all got your mother got that much money to where y'all could just entitled to just focus on class. Y'all not even in school that classes that long to just be focusing that long on just school. No. Y'all need to balance and pay for y'all stuff right in the now. And then you'd feel differently when you come out. You'd actually have some experiences. You'd actually have people that you was talking to in the workforce. Some people might have redirected you. Hey, when you finish up that degree and pay them people all that money, you not gonna make what you thought you was gonna make.
Hmm.
Do it this way and then do that. And then that's how you do it. See, school wasn't going to tell you that. That's real life experience. That's the part that everybody's missing because they want their kids to, oh, just focus. No, you don't get those luxuries in life. Y'all, it's too easy out here. It's way too easy. College not a scam. The way we approaching it is a scam. If you approach college and you had a trade and you went in and you went for business and you took your trade and you turned that thing into a whole big business, right? You went in as a plumber and now you come out as the CEO of your plumbing company. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nobody didn't tell you not to do that. College didn't say you couldn't do that. They didn't
No.
say you had to come out with a business degree and go work for somebody else and try to be a CEO something. They didn't say that. They just said these are the courses that you study and you can do with this piece of paper once you're done with whatever you want to do with it.
Yes. That is very, very true. And the biggest, and what you said, the biggest thing that we guys we want to say is start your own shit. Entrepreneurship is the only way that you will always know you will have a job. Because as we just said, there's less jobs, there's more people, less jobs. So if you had your own thing, and granted, entrepreneurship is hard. It's all on you. As T can tell you, as I can tell you, this shit's hard, but you have control. You don't want to have someone control your stuff. You go work one day and then like, you know what? I think you make too much money and get ready just off to that fact. You need to be able to control your own narrative, which means you have to go out there, get a skill, and turn it into a business because that's what you need to do in order to survive.
Well, let's
Because it's not happening anymore. The good job and working for 35 years and get a nice gold watch at the end, they're gone. It's over with that. So you need to be able to protect yourselves. So if you go, whatever you do, it has to have a purpose.
Well, why aren't we the ones creating these positions and opportunities? Where
Good
we at?
damn question.
Where we at? Because once you tell everybody become an entrepreneur, create the jobs, we need people to fill the position. See what I'm saying? It's not a. I don't think I can. I'm all for entrepreneurship. I can't do nothing else, right? It's a weird
Yep,
concept. But I know it's not for everybody. But the idea is to be mindful of the control, be mindful of where you're going, be mindful of who you allow to employ you and who how you move in there, and be mindful of the limitations that are present and protect yourself there. Right? That's the There's no real protections in entrepreneurship other than the ones that you create. So when you go to
absolutely.
the workforce, what protections are there? The ones technically that you're going to create. So they're gonna play with you.
Yes, they will. That's what this whole thing is. It's what are you going to accept? What's the lowest amount you're going to accept to do their job? And then understand, whenever you decide that or where you think I should get a raise, it's never going to be up to you. It's going to be up to the business. You can work your ass off for 10 years and never get a raise. And they
Hmm.
can tell you where the numbers aren't right, the business ain't looking well. You'll never know that because as a C-suite member, I can tell you we play a lot of, I won't say games. We look at the profit and we look at who should get it and who shouldn't get it, and some people aren't. Some people who do this is fair. A lot of them ain't fair. They like who they like. You can be bust your ass and still won't get the money. But there's somebody here who's over there just fucking around all day long and get raises and increases all the time. Then you're mad. So at that point, what do you do with that? You being mad? I'll bust my ass for 10 years. Nobody gave me anything. Well, okay, then you have a decision to make. You continue to
Mm-hmm.
stay there another 10 years and keep not getting a raise? Or do you say, I'm taking my skill that I know is needed and start my business? Is it going to be hard? Yes, it's going to be hard. But at least you control it. You have control over it because you have a skill that's needed. So that's what we're trying to say is you have to decide the risk. The risk of working for someone, the risk of doing entrepreneurship, there's a risk. But
Mm-hmm.
the risk on an entrepreneurship, great profit, you could be successful, all that. You could go belly up. That happens. You get a job, be there for 10 years, get fired. And
Mm-hmm.
you were like, what the hell? It's just a risk associated with it. But in today's world, we need to be able to control our own destiny, which means get outside, get uncomfortable. Because if you don't do it, you're just going to be in this turbulent thing of find a job, looking for a job, can't find a job, and nobody wants to be at somebody's whim, especially when I say it again for the third time, there's less jobs, more people looking for jobs. So it's up to you to make a decision on what you're going to do. You're going to keep beating your head against the wall or find out what your skill is and do better. So that's what we're trying to say to you guys. So how you want to how you want to end this particular episode, girl, on this what we talk about so many things.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is accountability, right? Um, Being mindful to just be accountable for how you're moving, right? The relationships you're moving into, career relationships, um, romantic relationships, all of those things, because ultimately those relationships are lasting, right? And so you definitely want to know what you're getting into and be accountable for how you're moving and playing inside of those relationships.
See, nice little bow. I wish I had a little bow I could have had floating in the air. Nice little bow. You hooked it up as always. And people, again, like T said, just be accountable. Be accountable in all your actions. You're an adult now. You're not a kid, so don't blame your mama. Don't blame anybody. You're an adult. You're a grown ass person. Be accountable for your actions and just be better. And with that, we're going to end this episode of On the Mic with the M.
Fancy.
Y'all, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and drop your comments on, any topics you want to talk about. And we will, because again, that's just what we do. So until next time, peoples, peace and blessings.